Good. Have a good day. You're dismissed. Goodbye. Hey y'all, what's up, man? We'll be back at it here. I'm having an MCC moment, a Michigan Constitutional Crusader moment. Thinking back when he first got arrested from the chief in, I think it was Corona, Michigan, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, for the life of me, I'm not getting it, guys. People just cannot be that stupid, right? So, I mean, I am doing my best to like last night when I watched that officer do what he did, and I kind of receded a little bit just to see how far he was willing to go without busting him down with my verbal judo and making him the sorriest SOB, that he really is. I'm telling you guys, James Freeman and the video that he got, I mean, it just cannot be any more transparent how uneducated these people really are. And this ain't gonna hurt him, and I'm sure some of you have probably seen this, if not all, that's in the community. But I just want to talk about it for a minute, because I want police officers to do their job. I just happen to be in an area where they're a little different than other areas. Call it a little more narcissistic. I don't know. But I do know that there are some people that tries to go with the old policings, like Joey Surreal Camera, God rest Jay's soul. You seen where he released the body footage of the police officers that came to the FBI parking lot that was accessible to the public during time, place, and manner. So Turner versus Driver gave him the permission to record, because of the Constitution and what it says in the First Amendment, the very first law. And then secondly, with that, they found in Smith v. Cummings that time, place, and manner, and you're not, if you're in a constitutionally protected activity, you have a purpose, so you can't be loitering, let alone disorderly conduct or anything else that way, unless you literally making threats. So if things that you would take as an harassment, like an MCL 257 477 HA or something like that, or whatever it is, I forget, I could be wrong, but it talks about C under harassment, the last paragraph in that statement. It defines what harassment is, how you significantly put somebody under duress and they feel depressed and they feel there's no way out. But and then the last statement, it says, unless they are engaged in a constitutionally protected activity. So the goats twos are automatically taken away from them, just like us giving police officers or anybody else to say F off is free speech, and it's not a threat, nor is it considered fighting words. Like, did you hear me tell the officer to go F himself last night, I meant it because it's constitutionally protected activity. He was smart enough not to get stupid and put his hands on me. But he is dumb enough to show that maybe he couldn't think beyond the moment, but maybe in hindsight, he should have known that I caught him committing a crime, giving tickets while breaking the law himself every day, breaking his oath. And for every ticket that he got, the state of Michigan should literally put the points on his record and take his driver's license away from him like they would us if we did that and got caught doing it. Literally, they are the law. They're supposed to be holding them accountable. So he shouldn't have a license within a year, let alone Borg and the commander and anybody else that's been doing it, because they did it several times, and I have the video to prove it that I sent to the state's attorney's office that they keep laughing at me for some reason. And for some reason, I keep telling you, it's just a matter of time because they got to appease the people, and the people want justice, and the people won't rest until they get some justice. So they throw clowns like you underneath the bus and go and arrest you and say, like they did, Mike Duggan and all those cops having their favorite freaking hook, and the hook, the tow truck driver having their favorite cop. So when they're seeing back and forth, the tow truck driver seeing a person park in front of a fire hydrant, he calls his favorite cop, and the cop comes over and tickets it and then has him remove it. That is not the way this is supposed to work. That is tyranny. Okay, they're supposed to have one set in each precinct what go-to that they have, and they're not that hook is not a police officer. Okay, and for him to do it for the act of money is fraud. So they threw a bunch of people under the bus that Mike Duggan and them all got their pockets lined. But unfortunately, if you go down, it's your fault because you got a little bit too zealous with it. So this is what happens to these cops. They get a little bit too incentive to excel. And then once they go past the point of no return, they have nothing to lose. That's why Officer Tyrant Gates was acting the way he was last night. Okay. Which in fact goes to show you the ignorance of the very top of a police department. In this video, I want to disseminate my expression and break down this video as it goes along. I'm sure that it doesn't need to be broke down because James Freeman is like at the top. He knows what he's doing. And let's just look at the introduction.
You're under arrest.
No. No. No, I'm not under arrest.
No, you really are.
You're full of it.
Oh, Citation Secondary Unit. Okay.
Okay, and why did you handcuff me?
Because
What was your
then you were
reasoning?
resisting my detention.
And what was the detention for?
failed
What was your reasonable
to
articulable
identify yourself.
for what crime?
Disorderly conduct.
And what did I do?
You were
What-
flipping me
I
off.
Okay. So we have seen it now. That in a deposition, the arbitrators will automatically say there's no way that you can put this in front of a judge. This guy is gone. If he's not gone, that means Jesus parted the Red Sea. That is an omission of violating her First Amendment right, her Fourth Amendment right, her Fifth Amendment right to due process, her 14th Amendment right for the illegal detainment. And whatever punitive damages embarrassing her because there was like maybe a handful of people inside that store that seen that. But before I go on, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to welcome the people that's in here and say hello. Jonathan, my dear brother, what's up? It's good, always good to see you, friend. Danny, what's up? TC, what's up, man? How you doing? Welcome. Our guy, 963, what's going on? Michael Reed, what's up? Joko KS, how you doing? Welcome. Renetta. Let's see. All right, cool. The rule of law, let me see. The rule of law is the participant that no one is exempt from the law, even those that are in the positions of power. Exactly, exactly, for sure, for sure. Mike, how you doing, buddy? Taylor News. Hopefully you're Taylor News because you're cops. If you live in Taylor, and I was born and raised there, so um, you know I know all the politics that I need to know about Taylor. They have been corrupt for a very long time, just like any other municipality downriver, but they're not as bad as like Detroit, Flint, Lansing, where the big players and the big freaking tyrants really are. They are crazy. Hey Clay, I didn't. There you go. How you doing, H Clay? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Taylor Mike's Taylor, just a fake internet name. Oh, it doesn't matter, brother. Okay, so it has nothing to do with Taylor. Okay, good. It doesn't matter if it did, if it didn't. Doesn't matter. I accept you, brother. It's all good. So let's just get to the meat and taters to this, man. Let's listen to some of this. So James Freeman, he makes the phone call, about the clowns, and then let's just watch the rest of this illegal detainment as this tyrant follows this lady through the store, guys.
Hold on. What? What
I
was
need
that?
to see your ID
For what?
because what you just did is considered disorderly conduct in the city of Lynn.
Oh, that's
Okay.
okay. No, that's a First Amendment activity.
No,
For
it's
North
not
Korea,
It
actually.
accident. It
For
actually.
the city of North Korea, let's just be frank. I mean, let's be real about it. They think the 6 people or the 8 people that they have on their council, for some reason, if they think they can vote something to change to broaden the law, to add to it, you cannot add or subtract it. First year of law knows this. You cannot add or subtract from a law in the 10th Amendment to rewrite the laws. You can only narrow them and tighten them. That's it. This is not narrowing, this is adding, because saying F off and flicking somebody off is free speech, and there's Supreme Court case law on this specific all over the country, everywhere. And he cites some in this for us. So I really don't have that much homework to do in this, but I just want to let people know, that it's the same thing as me standing on that sidewalk last night. Because he didn't have tape up, he violated my First Amendment right when he pushed me back, and he committed prior restraint and under threat of duress. He put me under duress, which I can get punitive damages for. He doesn't understand that, which he's going to in the future. These guys can charge. Doesn't matter. And I'll even let the judge make the decision. I'll do exactly whatever he says. I can easily appeal, freeze his shit, have it, send it up to the appellate courts and win, and then have them either reverse it. And that's just how that rolls, man. Okay. So we're not dumb at all. We know what to do. But when Judge Slavin, as far as my personal change, the change that I affected, Greco and Judge Slavin actually did their jobs in their performance. They did the right thing for me. I don't know if they're doing the right thing for other people. I've seen a couple cases go in front of that other magistrate in Judge Slavin's room that actually did the right thing for a couple people as well. So I haven't really heard, but it's impossible. How can it be if a person, it's like your children, right? Those of you that are parents out there, we all know when our children are lying to us, right? And we all know, like sometimes people like get to the point to where they're either enabling their children, or they're going to punish their children and rebuke them, right? Same thing with a judge in his court. You think that judge doesn't know the pattern of this police officer and who this police officer really is, because he's there at least twice a week, if not the minimum of 1 time a week, all day, doing tickets for that day or that week. And there's just no way that these judges cannot know that these so-called professional witnesses are not lying. They're supposed to be smarter than that. They have the equivalent of these Harvard educations. All right. That's what they want to put out there. That is what that one judge said to Val, a case that I was watching. And it was about him going over the demarcation line of what Officer Andrew Borg, the tyrant, lying again on somebody else, and actually got the case dismissed for the same reason, because the judge couldn't tell who the liar really was in this situation. The preponderance of the evidence was leaning more towards the guy that didn't know what he was doing versus the professional witness that he had that was testifying under oath. So, we have to place these things and say, look, it's a matter of public opinion. Our opinion. Are we going to take the opinion of a liar, where the Supreme Court has given this institution the permission to lie anytime they want? Or are we going to see the stranger that is raising hell out in the street with this cop, especially in the city of Taylor, and say, you know what? I would rather listen to this guy and be on this guy's side until I catch him in a lie. That is how bootlickers, you guys really should understand what you're doing. They are not the good guys. These people are not your friends, even though I am not trying to understand this. Do not let this go against your cognitive structure and make your defense system come out and say, oh, no, you're just trying to get rid of the police. No, I am not that person. I do not want to defund the police. I want to find the tyrants and defund. If we're going to do any defund them, let's defund them by that salary that person makes. Okay? It's that simple. Hey, William, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Good seeing you. So let me push play because I know I'm talking a lot.
He is.
I need to see your ID, please.
No.
Yeah, I'm going to see your ID, or I'm going to put you in handcuffs and I'm going to take you to jail.
Good luck
They
with
will
that.
Excuse me?
You're going to take me to jail because
Absolutely, I will.
I flipped.
Conduct.
No, that's not disorderly conduct.
Ma'am,
dude, that's a
stop
First Amendment
walking away.
protected
No,
activity.
It's not a First Amendment.
Yes, it
protected
is.
activity.
I'm busy trying.
Ma'am,
Don't touch me.
stop.
Don't touch me.
You
Dude,
are
don't
under
fucking
arrest.
touch me. Don't fucking touch me. Get the fuck away from me. Who the fuck are you? Don't touch me.
Tell me that this is not interesting.
No, don't
I
fucking
mean, he
touch
really
me. I
is a
didn't do
clown.
shit
You
to
are
you.
under arrest.
No. No, I'm not under arrest.
No,
No.
you really are.
Oh, I got to put my buddy up.
You're full of it.
Oh, so send me a secondary unit. Got a subject resisting arrest.
You can't. No.
We all know.
It's the city of
Okay, do you realize that is First Amendment protected activity?
It's not.
This is First Amendment protected activity. Now leave me alone. Dude, you guys, this guy is chasing me. This guy is fucking chasing me.
YouTube doesn't impress me at all. Okay?
What are you doing? Leave me alone. You can't do. No, I am not. You can't arrest me for. No, you cannot arrest me for First Amendment activities.
First Amendment activity, ma'am.
It absolutely is.
No.
So we just got done hearing him say it's not constitutionally protected. This and saying F off is not constitutionally protected. Who in the Sam heaven do these Nazis think they are? Oh, that's right, Nazis. My fault. Yeah. So police officers, I know I have a few subscribers that want to be good, that are trying to do the right thing, that are using the information that they are getting from my channel and other channels like mine so they won't get themselves caught up and get their qualified immunity taken from them. Listen to me. I'm being reasonable, man. Okay, I really am. I don't like people to be able to sue you because of stupid mistakes that you're making that you can correct just by simply coming to par with your code of conduct. It's that simple. Obey the law and be truthful. And if you're being honest and truthful, you know that you are not going to act in an unprofessional way and take that as a direct, derogatory, butthurt action and respond to it. If I flick you off while you're going down Party Road in the city of Taylor, and if I flick you off and give you a middle finger, if I dare see your brake lights come on for no reason, you got a problem. Just like you see people with people that are addicted to drugs that are out there, you know what I'm saying? They have that twitch to them. They have all the behavior that leads up to what you know that is very subjective, but at the same time, it's an inarticulable thing that you can literally disseminate and say, look, man, you need help, or you probably should try to get some help. This is my opinion, because there are officers out there that actually care about the people they keep having interactions with simply because they're tweaking or they're high. So I'm telling you in the same thing. If you can't handle a guy telling you to F yourself and calling you out your name, then you probably shouldn't be a police officer. You are in the wrong line of work, because you need to just read it for yourself. I'm not doing your homework for you no more. Read it for yourself. It's Houston v. Hill, and look at the um, the purview that they set for our police officers that changed policing in 1964, 1965 in this area, where they do hire professionals. And it's just that the public is not aware of it because the public has been dummied down generation after generation after generation. Sometimes I feel like I'm dumber listening to some of these younger people because they don't have a clue of what they're talking about, because they're being taught certain things like fighting racism with racism. Do you honestly think that affirmative action was a good thing to keep in play for 15 years? No, because you know who it targeted? Other people that had the same problem they did, which were called Asians, but nobody gave a damn, right? I care about all people under this flag that are submitted to this country, that pay taxes in this country. They need representation. So you can't keep using tactics, fighting fire with fire, only if it's for a very short period of time, to where it's a controlled fire above the fire to stop the fire. STOP is the operative word. I should make an acronym for it that would be more definitive in this. So anyway, I'm going to keep going on and play this, because people, you officers that are watching this, and everybody that knows me knows that I'm stating the facts. Okay. And you guys can live in your little dream world, because you've had this perceived authority that is basically, if you went to a clinical psychiatrist, he would label you as a victim. You would have a victim personality disorder because, right? You listening? Because of your narcissistic oppression. You've been taught to say that that's okay. So you say it out loud and you keep projecting, and it's everybody else's fault. And that's where your corrosive and gaslighting tactics come from. See, I've been holding out on a lot of people for a long time. It's just a matter of time before the paperwork is this thick and Wolvie starts showing the fruit of his labors, because me out here doing what I'm doing, I thought that maybe they would get a clue Some of them are. Don't get me wrong. Some cops are. Southgate is really taken to this. Wyandotte is starting to take to this. The people that I never thought that would, they're starting to take to this. That's why I was able to sit on the front of a cop car and record in peace without them doing it, because they know that I'm not a threat and I'm not trying to be derogatory. And if they're cops, they're gonna you gave an oath, and I'm gonna go ahead and do what's right because I'm a professional. That's what that police officer had more confidence in his policing that day than any other day I've seen him. So I'll give him a thumbs up for what he did. And one day I might even give him a shout out because he's doing what he should be doing. You know, by the book. By the book. I seen it by the book the way I did, because that guy didn't use his fifth and kept using his first a little bit too much. Anyway, moving on. There's a lot of things that run concurrent with what we're talking about, and this is all free speech. You cannot tell me that I am obstructing or anything and use a secondary and not have a firstary. You cannot use obstruction to your advantage. As a matter of fact, in the state of Michigan, I don't even have to show you ID. Even while I'm arrested, I don't. It's just going to be worse on me. Anyway, here we go, guys.
You can go ahead and leave me alone. Here, babe. Can you take that?
You're under arrest
No.
right now.
Okay, I will stop now. Lena, can you hold this, please?
For additional charges for escape.
Okay, go ahead, because
I don't want to handcuff you. Let's go.
no. If you're gonna do it, handcuff
You're going to
me.
go outside
Oh,
this
no.
door right now.
No, if you're gonna arrest me because I put you off out
Ma'am,
there,
you're causing
go
a
ahead and do it.
disturbance.
Ooh, here we go. The go-tos while engaged in a constitutionally protected activity. Do you guys hear that? Do you hear the go-tos? Them are all the go-tos, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to rewind it a little bit to where there was some writing on the side. I want to see that part right there, wherever it is. Okay, here we go.
I don't want to handcuff you. Let's go.
No, if you're gonna
The clown won't handcuff her because he left his cuffs in the car.
do it, handcuff
You're going to
me.
go outside
Oh,
this
no.
door right now.
No, if you're gonna arrest me because I put you off out
Ma'am,
there,
you're causing
go
a
ahead and do it.
disturbance. Okay?
this is because he flipped me off. No, go ahead and do
I
it.
didn't flip you off.
No, this is because I flipped you off.
She's talking a little backwards because it's so unreal, you know? Yeah.
All right. This specific issue, just
There it is. For those of you that can't see the screen that well, I'll read it to you. Here's the thing to remember. It is established case law that a person can lawfully flick the bird at an officer and can utter the equivalent to F off. Criticism of law enforcement officers are with profanity is protected speech. Thur Erja v. City of Fort Smith, 925F 3D 979, the 8th Circuit, 2019. And it goes on with other specific case law as well. We have the next court turned into the traffic stop, the bird flipping. Garcia's raising his middle finger at an officer. Becker is rude and offensive gesture, but nevertheless, under the current precedent, is a constitutionally protected speech activity. I mean, what more do you want? The court held that the jury could reasonably find that the ordinary person would have been deferred from expressing the First Amendment right to flip the bird of being stopped by an officer, being handcuffed, and receiving a citation. Thus, Officer Baker was not eligible for qualified immunity on the First Amendment retaliation claim. You guys getting this? You getting this? This stuff's important, man. And this chief has the audacity. He's supposed to be a chief of police. He's supposed to know this. Freedom of individuals verbally to oppose or challenge actions without the
statement from Supreme Court Justice Brennan, because
there you go. Without the challenge of the police action, without hereby risking arrest, is one of the principal characteristics which we distinguish a free nation from a police state. Supreme Court Justice Brennan. Do we understand each other, ladies and gentlemen? Moving forward.
for criticizing them. But to me, this shouldn't just apply to police either, but all government officials and employees. Growing up, I specifically remember being taught and told all the time that we are so lucky to live in a free country where we are allowed to criticize our government when we believe they're doing something wrong. Because in many nations, you'll be imprisoned for that. The sheriff's department arrives and implicates themselves in the lawsuit as well.
This is because I flipped him off. He put me in handcuffs because I flipped him off.
Yeah. Absolutely.
She is under arrest for
Because
disorderly
I
conduct.
flipped him off. Can you please make
We have a city ordinance.
You guys hear that? Disorderly conduct, it only comes to the matter when a police, listen to me very closely, guys. This is another unique situation that I need to teach my subscribers that I've went over a few times, and I need to put this in here. Especially coming from a police officer that witnessed the action that they are charging them for, okay? A police officer cannot be the victim of disorderly conduct, harassment, or disturbing the peace unless they are threatened. They can never be. And you can never disturb a peace officer's peace. That's flat. That's facts. So they can't use that. And disorderly conduct, where do we hear her threaten him? Nowhere. And he has to be threatened for her to be charged by the police officer, for the police officer to be the complainant victim of that type, or harassment, or disturbing the peace, or inciting a situation, okay? Creating a disturbance, they call it, okay? Here, let's go on. Telling you, Wolf, you learned that the first year of law, guys.
You put her in your car. She was quite advantage.
You'll
She made
be
me
in the
chase her all over
lawsuit
the
too.
store.
You will be in the lawsuit too. Because I flipped him off. All because I don't know. Make sure
We
you got
have a listed state ordinance. And by the way, she has failed to identify herself.
What's Amy
If you
Keyholt?
could do that, thank you.
I'm not identifying myself.
The chief failed to double lock the handcuffs as he's supposed to, and therefore the handcuffs continually tightened on his victim's wrists. The female deputy loosens the handcuffs and double locks them for her.
Thank you, man.
A few minutes later, the deputy uncuffs the victim and sets her free.
001.
He's talking about city ordinances. No, you can't make that.
Ma'am, come on over here so you can get your citation.
You can come to me.
No, you need to come here because you
No, they took the cuffs off of her, and there is Supreme Court case law on that. Once they take the cuffs off, your detainment is over. Directives and all that are given while in detainment, because if they detain you without cuffing you, they can't tell you. They can tell you that you're not free to leave, okay, until they're done. They have to tell you, but on the omission and the action that causes the reaction. So if you're uncuffed, you're undetained. There is Supreme case. I will get that later. I'll find it.
I was told to stay over here by her.
bring her with you, okay?
I don't want to be near this cop alone.
Oh, I don't doubt it. Why What is your problem with the police department?
You
I mean, if him asking that question is scary enough, don't you guys think? I mean, when you got to put up with guys like this, you see what it's illuminating right there and how he's acting against the guy that won't hurt a fly, right? That's standing in front of a call where they are late as hell. The victims are gone. And by the way, when I got the off-camera interview with the victim that almost got hit by a car, he said the other victim that left in the ambulance was actually beat up in the front yard next door. Okay. He was not hit by the car. So I have it recorded, but I promised him that I would not share that part. That's why I stopped it right there. You know how I do. I leave it going just in case something stupid happens. But my word is my bond. And for this guy, he doesn't know that his investigation was over before he even got there, because those other 4 officers that were there already did their jobs and got all the information that they needed. Now all they had to do was go down and get his statement and the neighbors 2 houses down from there where their vehicles were in front of. And I watched them leave. And then I gave another there was another off-camera interview that I did for somebody on the block that was explaining to me about some signs on their street. So anyways, there's a lot to unveil in these situations, but this right here, for him to ask this question shows you that we are under Nazism. We really do not have no taxation for representation, right? Representation for taxation, excuse me.
exactly what you just did is my
why
problem.
me?
You just
I've never
handcuffed me
even
because I
met
flipped
you.
you off. You just
Why
handcuffed me
you?
because I flipped you off. I have marks
No,
on my
handcuffed
wrist.
you because
I have marks on my wrist
everybody
because
has wrist on their
because-
marks after having handcuffs. They're not made for comfort. I'm sorry. Okay.
okay. And why did you handcuff me?
Because
was your
then you were
reasoning?
resisting my detention.
And
I
what-
want everybody to listen to this, because this is the hanging. This is where he hangs himself on a jury.
Was the detention
You
for?
failed
What was your reasonable,
to
articulable
And I wouldn't take it in front of a jury either.
yourself.
for
I would do it. I would have a circuit, a 6th Circuit judge do it.
what crime?
Disorderly conduct.
And what did I do?
You were
What-
flipping me
I
off.
oh yes, I flipped you off. Thank you for saying that. That's all I needed.
Absolutely, it's no problem. In fact,
It's a
it'll be
First
on your
Amendment
ticket
activity.
also,
Okay, great.
okay?
It's a First Amendment
Wow,
activity.
this guy is very confident. Watch, we're going to see in the Daily News that this guy is going to get fired and charged.
Need your ID.
No.
No. So I'm going to have to take you to jail to identify you.
If that's what you're
for a
going to
ticket.
do, if you're going to illegally arrest
Why are
me
you like this?
because I did something that's constitutionally protected, I'm not
Why-
giving you my ID.
Okay, let's go back then.
I'm not giving
What
you my
is your
ID.
big problem with the police department?
None of your
Lynn PD
business.
has fucked with me too many times. So
What
do
does
your
that have to
thing.
do with me?
Do your thing.
What
Do
does
your
that have
thing.
to do
If
with
you're
me?
going to illegally detain me and arrest
I
me,
didn't illegally
because
detain you.
you
ma'am.
did because I
That's
flipped
every
you
right
off.
to detain
No,
you
you
because
don't.
it is a
Not
city
because I
ordinance.
flipped you off.
Yeah.
See,
This
and this
is First
right
Amendment.
here, this right here, she needs to just sit there and keep her middle finger up and keep telling him to F himself. Okay? Tell him to F off and to completely say and just keep saying it instead of running her mouth. She's talking too much right now.
Amendment protected activity.
It
is First Amendment protected activity.
Oh my God, listen to this Nazi.
It is a First Amendment protected
But
activity.
you obviously failed the course.
Okay. Yes, you did. You're right.
You did.
Oh, these are Orwellian
Now, are you going to
totalitarian.
identify yourself to me?
I am not.
You're not going to
Excuse
identify
me, authoritarian Orwellian totalitarians. Forgive me.
I am not.
yourself. Okay.
Then out of nowhere, he completely changes his story and claims that this entire thing was a welfare check.
I have the right to say
Ma'am,
fuck
first
you.
out here, when you were doing this, I thought you might actually be in need of help.
Okay, so let me explain to you what just happened for those bootlickers that don't understand, that'll see this later. So what's happening here is this guy is taking a cop, right? He's pleading to a cop right now because he's already been told that he screwed up. He just wanted her to submit and sign that ticket and give in submission, because once you give up your ID in submission, you are under their subjection. You understand that? So never give submission, especially when you know you're right. Don't ever do it, and always record the cops.
I went like that to you.
No.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
not what you did. But that's okay.
So because you think I need help, you're allowed to detain me?
I'm
No.
allowed to come and ask you, are you okay? I
Okay,
need
and
to
you
know.
can't
Is
detain
that
me
not what
unless
I
All
there's
said?
right.
you cannot
So,
detain me.
let's do ourselves a favor real quick. Let's go all the way back when the first interaction that we have here, okay? And let's see at the first part of the recording if he asked her if she was okay. Ready, guys?
What? What
I
was
need
that?
to see your ID
For what?
because what you just did is considered disorderly conduct.
Okay, so now we know that this man's a liar because he did not do a welfare check. Moving on. Moving on. I gotta mute this. All right, cool.
That is
Detain me unless
exactly
you
what
have
I said,
reasonable,
isn't it?
articulable suspicion of
Isn't
a
it?
crime. And there was no
Isn't
crime
it?
committed. So good luck.
You need to really grow up a little
Yes,
bit.
you do. No crime committed.
You
So good
are
luck.
An absolute joke in this community.
No crime committed. So good luck.
The chief exhausts his final lifeline of phoning a friend, after which he realizes that he's a complete and total loser and gives up.
Oh, there's even a countdown of his shut of shame, I believe, when they shut their mouth.
This young lady will not identify herself to me, either by mouth or by identification. I can't even write a summons.
We're at 20 minutes of an illegal detainment here.
Oh, he said he couldn't even write a summons and he admitted it. Isn't that awesome, guys? Tell me that y'all just didn't see what we just seen. Now, this is why you need to stand your ground. And when you know that you're not a criminal and you have no ill will, no ill intent to commit a crime, nobody's wanting to commit a crime. Commit. That's what I'm saying. Commit. We have no intentions on committing a crime. Therefore, any type of misdemeanor that follows under the disorderly conduct or the harassment or inciting a situation or creating a disturbance has to have intent to do so. There is no intent here. The intent was to express herself, and that is constitutionally protected activity.
Not an illegal detention, ma'am.
Absolutely
All you have
is.
to do identify yourself. You'd be
I don't have to identify if there's
Get
not a
outta
crime
here.
committed.
Get out of here. Go
I don't
away.
have to identify if there's not a crime.
And what she should have said is she should have put her middle finger back up, ladies and gentlemen, and told her, if I'm free to leave, I'm free to stay. Bye. Happy fuck the police day. Y'all know what I would have done.
Committed,
away.
dumbass.
Go away.
You're not my boss.
Go away.
Why?
Because I'm done with you. Go away.
Okay.
I'm done.
And guess what? I'm
You're
just getting
dismissed.
started with
Tell me, do you understand what narcissism? Here, let me take this tyrant off there. Tell me that y'all don't know what a narcissist. That is the narcissist coming out of the narcissism coming out of the narcissist right now. I'm done with you. Like a cheap whore he just got done banging or something. See, this guy's mind is warped. He's been in law enforcement way too long, and he's made it to the top. So where, see, only in my opinion, Okay. Most judges are unsuccessful lawyers, and most chiefs are unsuccessful cops. So what they do is they keep the dumber they are and the more mistakes that they make, they keep promoting them. And then if something happens, they just take a big check and they lose qualified immunity and the taxpayers, of course, it's always easier to spend other people's money than actually use corrective action and put this man where he belongs. Sometimes they just belong in a jail cell for a few days. Sometimes what's good for the goose is good for the gander. He needs to go to jail for disorderly conduct because he disturbed the peace while chasing her around the store, making everybody uncomfortable with the man that is wanting to fondle a woman, all in the name of an action that was not hurting nobody. Think about that. I'm going to read some more of this and we will go off. Slow burner, I don't know if I said hello, but hello. William says facts, Wolvie. That's right. And the suspicious part, okay. And let's see. William says a major problem on, let's see, police don't become cop psychopaths. Psychopaths become Nazi pigs. There you go. Yep. A major problem with today's crazy society is too many people do not live in reality. Amen. Amen. I have another Conscience Movie original that it's not about common sense. It's just a lack of. Therefore, there's nothing common about sense out there. Sup, Wolvie? Just got done grubbing. All right, brother, grub hubbing. Hopefully you made some money. You give that, give your son a big hug for me and tell him Big Wolvie said, what up? Is real solid ones live in reality for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. This tyrant needs to lay off the beers. You know, that's where I got my beer belly full. That's how I got fat. Because when I lost my job, I didn't lose it. I was on comp because I got effed up, you know, even before this, just a couple years before this happened to me, because this fully disabled me, but I was on temporary disabled because you know what happens to furniture movers, their backs gives out on them. They go on comp for a couple of years and then they get back in the work field. And I was just getting back on the work field, you know. And I had a plan because I've had my CDL for about maybe I think it was like 10 years before that. And so my plan was to be a car hauler, and they make a lot of money, guys. Yeah, I'm telling you, I wish I can pass a DOT. I'd be making 200-300 grand a year easy, putting in like 4 or 5 day work period. Yep, yep. My middle finger would be up in the whole time. Yep, the whole time. That's exactly what I said for sure. My answer would have been, you can find me actually police officers in the police department and cops, and not cops, when I won't have a problem because I have no problem with police. But all I see is Nazi cops. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's sad. It really is. He got butthurt and went fishing trip and to see what charge, yeah. So yeah, he had to like call down to his captains and lieutenants and sergeants and shit. He probably talked to a corporal or a sergeant that they're the middle guys for some reason, and sometimes they're not. It all depends. It's usually a lieutenant usually knows. Yeah. What's going on? Michigan 360, welcome. Feel free to review on SC video. Okay. So anyways, if there's not any more comments, no further ado, I just want to tell you, if you guys got any more videos that you want me to review, and you get a fire video, I will push it for you. I have no problem. Send it to wolverinetransparency@gmail.com, and make sure that, come on, you can ask me anything, you know what I'm saying? And I don't mind spending time on it. If you guys know me, I have no problem with spending time and giving you free publicity. I have no problem with that, because this is what this is about. I do believe in sharing, and I don't care about me getting all these subscribers. If I wanted a bunch of subscribers, I could be where BST, Broken System Broken Trust, is right now. You could go to his videos and you go to mine, you look, I got more likes and more views on mine than he does on his, because he gets what's happening to his. And I'm not putting his channel down. He's a great man. I'm just saying that he's not getting all the people that he wants in his live streams. There's the same as mine. You understand what I'm saying? And he's not, these are not true subscribers that are from the 1A. These are people that see stuff and laugh at it and move on, and subscribe just to, because they felt like it, because he was descriptive in his thing and he left a comment to subscribe. Anyway, so as we see these things, I guess let me see. I think there's a little bit more of this video. Let me play the rest of this video real quick, because there might be some more laugh and funny stuff in there. But if you have any of them while we're listening to the last, you can send it to wolverinetransparency@gmail.com, and I will review it.
Because you fucked up. You fucked up. You're going to get dismissed from your job.
I doubt that highly.
Okay. You just illegally detained me. I'm going to go to the hospital and get my wrist checked out because it fucking
you
hurts.
Totally should.
That's what it sounded like in the
I
phone.
think you should. Get a ladies and then go on. Let's take all law enforcement pirates and put everything on YouTube. And I can care less. Committed an ordinance violation.
This isn't an ordinance violation. You're an officer.
Now, she's doing it again. Even this sheriff, this constitutional sheriff, knows better. She's got the constitutional sheriff and the chief of police standing side by side, and he ain't doing a damn thing because he knows better.
This is First Amendment protected activity.
Again, you failed your YouTube University horribly.
Hey guys, go ahead and take a minute to laugh at that. That's comedy. This should be on Saturday Night Live for the First Amendment. We should come out with a Saturday night vibe or something like that for the First Amendment community. Maybe I'll get one of my biggest subscribers out here, or somebody that likes to talk a lot like me, if I find you, and maybe we'll start pushing videos that made the Hall of Shame, or the Hall of Fame, as far as being number one, which you're seeing it on the screen right now. He has definitely made himself number one for show, and you can see that right there. He is definitely number one in her book.
This is First Amendment protected activity, dumbass.
Stop up by City Hall and get a copy of the ordinance.
I have a copy of it. Thank you very much.
So you got to understand, Chief Smack a Dummy. Listen, you got to understand this right now. All right. You are so intoxicated on this perceived authority, you forgot something. 6 people that come together there that are called councilmen and women cannot be Michigan or any other, whatever state you're in, they cannot be legislators. Only legislators can create laws. That's why it's every time they create a law, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are listening very close, every time they create a law that adds to a law or broadens it, it's null and dull on its face, and it goes back. Even the charge, when they charged me and Taylor, the 3231 ordinance that was rewritten is only rewritten so they can get the money that comes from that proceeding. That's the only reason. And here's the funny thing about it. It's a misdemeanor, right? But yet the cite number for it was the felony part. And the felony part has to have intent. Isn't that nice? See, people just don't, they take Wolvie for granted. They think I'm a dummy, but you know what? I'm just going to keep playing the dumbass, and I might walk away with a pocket full of money one day, Not that I want to. I mean, I have enough to survive on, but I mean, geez, they're making it easy for me, especially when you got morons like this that still walk in the streets with badges. Look how immature he
Got
is.
everything you need. Would you like a side deal?
He does not want. See, his narcissism is keeping him there, ladies and gentlemen. Seriously, while everybody's reading the screen. Yeah, exactly. Another cop needs to go on the Brady list for sure.
Got everything you need? You have a quality day, ma'am, okay? Be looking for a citation in the mail.
Hey, you guys want to hear something similar to that one? Remember this one? I know my subscribers know this one, because this one right here, he just pulled a dope fiend move on her, right? Because that was his walk of shame, ladies and gentlemen. Believe it or not, and I'll prove it by showing you this. If he was going to write anything, it would have been right there. We all know this because we sit and watch this stuff all the freaking time. We know they're full of shit. We know that this man, if he was going to do anything, if he had the power to arrest her and take her and book her, that would have already been done. But of course, he couldn't, because she didn't commit a crime and it was a constitutionally protected activity. The same reason why in this situation, it was the same outcome. They tried to bully me. They tried to scare me into IDing. They literally tried it so hard that the second time that they pulled me over in this video, ladies and gentlemen, I swear on everything I love, I want you guys to watch this. If you guys have not watched this, it is important that you pay attention to this, because he's doing the same thing. He says, I look for it through the mail, right? You guys pay attention to this one right here. So listen to the call that's going to be called out, right? Listen to this call. Sorry about that, guys. If you disconnected, it's gonna happen again, because I need to reset my jiggy. Stand by. Sorry, I got to do this. Listen to the call, guys. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I had to reset that. I need to make sure that the my app resets itself, so it'll come up to at least 728.
Is your radio for sure?
All right, it's coming up right here.
Base to 414 is your radio for sure.
Good.
603, 301, and
Right here.
304. When you guys are in service, I need to send you to Goddard, just west of Inkster, for a flight. Getting reports of about 9 people in a physical dispute up
What's the
there.
prankster? All right, so I go to that. Now let me get out of here. I wanted to show you the call so I could show you where my business was. Okay, it was my business to show up. All right, so now we'll go to the part 2, where you guys already know the part 1, right? You guys remember the part 1 and that. So the part 2 is when he said he'll send it through the mail. So this is the second time this man actually pulls me over, all right, and they try to intimidate you, right, and if you submit to it, that is where you get they have your ass, okay? Never submit to it, guys. Never. Even if you do go to jail, you're gonna get let loose, and there ain't gonna be charges, and you might get some change out of it. Watch this. See this? He's seen me pulling out, so he had to get revenge because I called him tyrants and stuff, and made them do the drive of shame. See, now he's gonna try to do a traffic stop on me. The reason I started moving right there was the simple fact that that is impeding traffic. If he's doing a traffic stop, nobody. Again. You see that there's rocks on the roadway. Rocks on the roadway. If I was you, I would leave me alone. See, that's why I like referring to my own stuff, because I have the experience. I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what you're doing, I wouldn't advise you to do that. I don't practice law on this channel because I'm not a lawyer, but I do have a 3-year degree, ladies and gentlemen, and that's just all there is to it. Nobody can take that away from me. If you see the car, if I was you, I would leave me alone. I'll speed this up a little bit so we can get to the part where leave me alone. The rocks that are on the freaking street. It causes your tires to spin when you take a left.
I was talking for careless driving. If you want to fight it in court, you can. But
okay. So you did it live on YouTube. You did it live on YouTube.
Because you stopped right there in the road.
No, I didn't. There's got to be somebody behind me for me to impede. You hear that? Now, see, that's why I didn't stay stopped, because he could have actually impeding was to stop him. He could have got me for stopping him, because that's how they roll. And if they got it on dash cam that I'm sitting in the middle of the street as they're performing a traffic stop, the book tells you to pull over to the right. So if I was to stay there, some people would have froze. I knew better. I kept going until he actually lit me up or put his code 2 and 3, which is code 2 is lights, code 3 is siren, universal. Sir, see, you're being a tyrannical tyrant right now. I look at me. I got 4th-degree burns all over me. I'm not a threat to you, and you're acting like a complete moron. And remember, this is the second time that he pulled me over in 20 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. The first time he was Taylor and them was playing games with me, and because they knew where the fight was, those people were beating the shit out of each other as we speak. I have it in. I have the actual video, the full video. It was a 4.5-hour video, and I was on my way when they got called back because they started fighting again down there. So that is why I turned around at that approach and went all the way in. And then how where it's a dirt road, and then the dirt meets the rocks meet the road. And as I turned my left, the posse traction kicked in, goes, just a little bit. And he was trying to use that, which, it's normal. And it's called retaliation, ladies and gentlemen. And I knew that I was right. So if you're going to do this, you got to follow it right, or don't. I would not advise people to do what I'm doing unless you know what you're doing. See, first and foremost, I have to let these officers know that I am not a threat, and show that I'm not a threat. And all I want to do is articulate and disseminate the things that need to be said at the time of what's happening. That is, and they will get you and threaten you in every which way they can to get you to submit. And as long as you're telling the truth and you're right, don't worry about it. I'm going to show you why. Listen, because he says exactly what the chief said as he bows out.
For careless driving.
No, I didn't. I took a left. I took a left.
So I told you why I stopped you.
No, I'm watching you because you're a tyrant. You're a tyrant.
You're no good. You're trash, and you're a tyrant. You continued, hey, y'all, call the police department, get their lieutenant involved. I know your lieutenant, and
Now
trust me.
pay attention, because see, usually what they do is they get you to do several things. They get you upset and get you to trigger, right? And then they get you to make yourself a threat. So what you do is you do what I do for the second time. You take the keys out of the ignition, throw them up on the dashboard, and let them see your hands at all times and say you're invoking your Fifth Amendment right until a supervisor gets here.
When they know who I am, they're going to watch me because I watched you pull up. I watched you try to violate my rights and put freaking violence on me. Do you know the state of Washington right now? The state of Washington right now. My state of Washington right now told us for what?
Careless driving.
I didn't careless drive. I didn't careless drive. Can I get your name and badge number?
Absolutely, 71.
What's your name and badge number?
8. I need your
What's your
driver's
name?
license, sir. Sir, I need your driver's license.
What's your name? Do I pose a threat to you?
I need a driver's license, sir.
Why?
I need your driver's license. You
Why?
committed a moving violation. You messed up.
I didn't commit a moving violation.
Sir.
There's rocks on there.
No.
I took a left. Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is. It's on video.
Sir, I need your driver's license.
For what?
Because
For
you
what?
committed a moving violation.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
All right, get me a supervisor. Get me a supervisor.
Right here,
I'll give you my driver's
This is
license.
where I do it.
I'm not going nowhere. I'm turning the vehicle off. I want your supervisor right now. I want your supervisor right now.
Can you run the plate and see if this is his, and then I'll just mail him the ticket? Okay. Go get your ticket in the mail, sir, for careless driving.
You see that? So don't tell me that. Don't think that Wolvie don't know.
That is color of law, y'all.
Because we know exactly what they do. We know how they roll, man. We know that they are liars, they're cheaters, manipulators, and this is the bad part. And the Supreme Court really needs to change this. Instead of giving these guys all this qualified immunity, they need to take the investigative skills that they have in their code of conduct out to stop them from lying, to do anything to trick people, to manipulate people into confessing. And that is why they allow police officers to lie and cheat, but not in a court of law. They don't stop lying. Now imagine if you were doing that job, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I want you to imagine this. I want you to imagine yourself on the job, right? You're on the job and you're doing what they're doing, and you are you are acting in plain clothes as a detective with detectives sometimes. And imagine the detective telling you, well, we're going to do the good guy, bad guy cop thing. And, wink, wink, I'm going to say a couple things to just play along. And knowingly, you are listening to this detective tell this person a barefaced lie. And he's telling this person his partner in the next room is giving a full confession, and I witnessed it. And didn't he? And I'm like, yup. So they're lying purposely to get a confession, so this person will give up the other person and say, no, I didn't do it. They're the ones that did it. They're the ones that planned it. I was just along for the ride. Rat. You know what I'm saying? That is why they give them the permission to lie. And that is wrong. People that if they're not using them tactics inside those rooms when people are actually committing crimes, stealing, robbing, and killing, okay, I agree with those tactics. But when they're on the road, everything needs to be up, and they need to stop lying. That's all they do is lie, guys. And how the hell are we supposed to trust any of these institutions? How? They lied on the street, even in the first one. I swear to you. I mean, I don't know. Some of y'all might have not have seen this, okay? So for those of you that didn't see this in the first one, let me show you real quick. It'll take, because the narrative is the narrative. You guys already know that in this specific one right here, we already heard the call, okay? So let's speed it up. Where I get this is the first time they pull me over. I pull over to the right here. I pull over to the right in a parking spot and turn my vehicle off. Watch this.
Can you give personal assistance?
I think that's
I now have it in park, and I'm zooming
probably
in
gonna
on
check
it.
me out.
Okay.
Park copies. That'll be rescue 41. We'll advise if any.
I need to put my chair up anyway.
Contact us.
Also, it's a chateau, the same place the lockout is.
Yeah.
415.
Now that they can describe me.
415. Yes, I just wanted to let you know, Lifeline has no units available, so fire's going to be out there.
Yeah, that's just Romulus police guys.
So now that as they're pulling away, I start to pull away because I know where the fight is, but I'm not trying to rat nobody out, ladies and gentlemen. I don't rat on people. I don't help them do their investigation unless I knew that like there was a murder or there was a kidnapping or to save a life. Okay. And I would participate in saving lives if I knew it was in the best interest of the people. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's karma just getting back to people. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, moving forward. Oops. Damn it. Moving forward. Because a lot of people didn't see this.
That'll be rescue 41. We'll advise if any.
I need to put my chair up anyway.
Contact us.
Also, it's a chateau, the same place the lockout is.
14 traffic south on Sibley.
They're looking.
Copy.
Edward John Paul.
So you see them rocks on the road right there?
I told you, look, he's going to want to get behind me. You ain't pulling. Oh, he thinks he's going to do a traffic stop on me.
41 copy.
You doing it? Hey, he's doing a traffic stop on me, guys.
He was lying.
Hey, check it out.
You gotta love the old ones.
He just did a traffic stop on me.
Jonathan.
5 seconds.
Come on, man. You know this is funny. These are the funny times, but they're so
Here we go,
dangerous.
Look at it.
This is very dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. I would not tell you to do this if you don't know, if you're not a professional, you don't know what you're doing. You can get
What's
hurt.
happening?
Were you over at a place there's some heated dispute or something?
I don't answer questions, man.
Was that?
I don't answer questions.
You don't answer questions?
No.
All right.
Are you doing a traffic stop on me?
Yeah.
What? Okay. Are you want to articulate it, please?
So I'm having a hard time here. Can you roll down the window the rest of the way?
Can you articulate reasonable suspicion? No, sir. Can you articulate it, please?
Remember, Terry versus Ohio has 4 or 5 of the doctrine where it's actually played out as reasonable articulable suspicion, because in Terry versus Ohio it says you cannot pull somebody over with just an unarticulable hunch with reasonable suspicion. You have to have a reasonable suspicion, and the opposite of unarticulable is articulate. So in Traval versus State, whatever it was, there's several of them in there, and you'll see those case laws, and it says the officer had to articulate the reasonable suspicion that he was committing the crime or already committed the crime or about to commit a crime.
No, sir. You can hear me. Okay, listen. I'm live. All right. And you need to give me reasonable, articulable suspicion of why. Huh? What do you mean, what's the case law on that? Do I have to? Are you telling me that I don't have rights because I'm not going to give you a case law? Yeah, I know the case law, but I don't have to tell you.
Speed it up a little bit.
I don't have to tell you it. Oh, really? How much you want to bet? Here, I'll tell you what. I am inserting my Fifth Amendment right. Watch this.
Now you see that? That is what most people do. So when they go to threatening violence, you do exactly. You take the keys out of the ignition, you throw them on the dashboard, and you let them see your hand or hands. It's hand in my case. So they can't say that you're a threat.
Okay. You have a driver's license, sir? Sir, I need your driver's license.
I don't say nothing until he starts threatening violence on me.
Sir, I need your driver's license. Sir, if you don't give me your driver's license, I'm gonna take you out of the vehicle.
Look at if you see this person back here, watch this lady's behavior back here. Really watch it. It's really important for people to see this type of behavior. You'll see the cowardness out of these people, and you will see all the anxiety coming out of them. Look, because they like hurting people.
Sir, if you don't give me your driver's license, I'm gonna take you out of the vehicle.
Why would you? Are you what? No, inflict force on me?
Sir,
Are you trying to use force on me? You were called for a bar fight down there, and I have my scanner on, and I'm a cop watcher, and you're trying to inflict violence on me.
Let me explain myself. They gave your license plate as part of the people involved.
How
That's
much
a
you want
lie.
to bet that they didn't do that?
They absolutely did.
I got it on record right now.
Okay, one second. Do you want to listen real quick?
I don't give a damn.
Okay, one sec. Hold on, I got you. One sec. Hold on, let's put our listening ears on.
This is not my plate, guys.
Go ahead, sir.
Oh, hold on.
414, got it.
Can you try to contact Alan Park?
So did you report the fight?
Now you see that? You see that? They're trying to make me like the instigator. We all know that I have a live hour before that of going in and out of watching police officers and cop watches before that. So we all know I have that whole 7-hour video that I was out that day.
No?
Oh, I'm not involved, but yet you heard him say that I was involved. Why would he do that? Because they're liars. And you didn't hear it come over the scanner because they went to channel 3. They know channel 2 I have. They couldn't pull the dope bean move because they know I have channel 2. They went to their channel 3.
421.
Do we understand each other now? Then I don't have to do anything. I can take off if I want to because I didn't do anything. I didn't break no laws. I don't listen. Reasonable, articulable suspicion that I committed a crime.
You see that look in his eyes? This right here is, oh shit. I really screwed up on this dude.
I need you to
He pulled over the wrong one, y'all.
articulate that right now, or I'm going to put a freaking complaint on you. You are in color of law. You're violating my 4th Amendment right now. You understand that?
One sec. Just stay right here, okay? Thank you, sir.
See, this is what makes them tyrannical, guys. They think that I owe them something. They think that I am. They think that they have the right to do anything they want or make themselves YouTube famous or anything of the sorting. They think they can do that.
You're all set. Thank you, sir. Take care.
Yeah,
Hey.
right.
I need your badge number, sir.
See, this
No, that's not how that rolls. That's not how that rolls. No, sir. That's not how that rolls. I'm putting a 4th Amendment violation on you. I have a paralegal degree. You know what? You're not getting away with that. You're not getting away with that. Hey, you guys want to give me your name and badge number? You tyrant motherfuckers! Tyrant!
now, that is what, and then 20 minutes later, they did that other one. I stuck to my game. I knew damn well what he was doing and what it was coming to. So this is the same behavior that you're seeing here. If you submit to it, they will automatically have you. But if you don't and you hold steadfast and you know you're right and you know they're wrong, just watch it play out. Watch it
I
play
have a
out.
copy of it. Thank you very much.
And by the way, an ordinance is corporate law.
Got everything you need? Would you like a side deal? Got everything you need? You have a quality day, ma'am, okay? Be looking for a citation in the mail.
That means I am a great gigantic mangina and I am doing the walking shame.
Police will continue to do.
All right, man, I'm done, guys. Y'all have a blessed night. And if you have anything you want to say to this, you're more than welcome to. And flick this guy off right here. Any chance you get, if you want Golden Taylor, he definitely needs an education. And I am going back quiet. And if you want to say anything, please defer to the comments. God bless. I'm back quiet reading the mail. Show.